What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Trucking with Turtle. We are back with another video. We're sitting at our Savannah yard down here in Georgia, waiting to get loaded with a Doosan 250 wheel loader, going up to Big Lake, Minnesota. We are about fifth in line right now, waiting for the guy to come around and get our paperwork, go find our machine and load it up. Yesterday, I kind of ate my words, and know how I said they're not going to deadhead me 500 miles back to Savannah? Well, they did. It wasn't to Savannah, but they sent me to the Brunswick port and picked up an oversized load on the step deck. That was an entire fiasco. And yesterday in general, I didn't film anything. I didn't get any video yesterday of anything because yesterday was a very, very stress-inducing, anger-inducing, just an all-around crappy day. I'll kind of explain that a little bit later, but so I didn't get any filming of driving the excavator onto the deck or anything like that. Yesterday, I wanted yesterday to be done and over with. It was pretty bad. So, like I said, I'll explain that a little bit more later on, but we're just gonna wait here in line and wait for our wheel loader, and then get it loaded, get it washed. Hopefully the fuel pumps are working today. Yesterday I couldn't get the fuel pumps working here, so hopefully the fuel pumps will work. We get fuel, and then we head on our way up to Minnesota. Today is Friday. It delivers sometime on Monday before 3 p.m. So anytime I can get there before 3, they'll accept it. That's one of the nice things about like hauling open deck and hauling construction equipment. They really don't care what time you get it there. Just get it there whenever you do get it there. You know, there's not really any kind of strict time unless you're dealing with a crane. That's the only time that, you know, that delivery time is strict, is whenever you're dealing with a crane, because renting a crane is very, very expensive per hour. So they want to keep that on the property and in operation as little as possible. So they're pretty strict about crane times. But I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna undo my chains, undo my binders, get those ready, get those in position to hurry up and strap down. And then, like I said, we're gonna get loaded, gotta get washed, gotta get fuel, and we're gonna get the fuck on the road. Let's go. All right, welcome back, guys. We are loaded up, and we're headed across I-16 down here in Georgia, and we're gonna stop up here in Dublin, and we're gonna get some fuel because the fuel pumps at our Savannah yard are not working, so wasn't able to get fuel there. But I'm gonna explain the day that I had yesterday, which started from the night before. So majority of this happened yesterday, which is Thursday, but it all started on Wednesday night. So strap in, buckle up. It's a little bit of, it's story time, okay? Story time. So get your snackies, get your drinks, and strap on in. So Wednesday night, I'm laying in bed watching Netflix, and then I get a notification on my phone that my that my SIM card has been deactivated, and then I don't have any service. So I was like, huh, that's strange. So I turned off my phone probably 4 or 5 times to see if I can get it to work. No dice. Still didn't work. So I was like, what in the world? So I got on with Verizon support on their live chat, and I was talking with the lady, and she looked at my account, and then I was also looking at my account through the Verizon app, and I noticed that there was an iPhone that took over my number. Like, I'm looking at my account. I have 2 devices on my account. I have my phone and I have my tablet. And I was looking, it had my tablet there. My tablet was running fine. Nothing happened to my tablet. And then I looked at my phone. You know, it had my phone number. It was my phone number. And it had an iPhone in place of my Android. So I was like, what just happened? What is happening? So I explained that to the Verizon support lady. She was very, very helpful, very, very nice. She deactivated that account, that phone. I gave her all the information from my phone that she needed, and then she activated my phone on that phone number on my own account. So that was resolved. But she made a fraud claim because apparently this had happened in a store. She wasn't able to tell me what store because I don't think she knew, but this transaction happened in a store where somebody activated their iPhone on my account with my number. Now I don't know if it was a quote unquote hack. I don't know if I got hacked. I don't know if somebody made a huge effing mistake or what. But the reason why I'm calling that I got hacked is I'll explain why. So after that was all said and done, she made a fraud claim for me, so I can call first thing Thursday morning, and get on with the fraud department. I still had 230 miles to go, deadheaded back to Brunswick, Georgia, to the port, which I'll explain that whole ordeal. So first thing in the morning, 8 o'clock hits, I'm on the phone. Talked to the fraud department, got everything straightened up and taken care of. Changed all my passwords, my security questions, my email, my username, my password. I literally changed everything. I changed everything to where even I'm not going to remember it. I had her physically write it down because I'm not going to remember it. So I got that all taken care of. Well, as I was going through my email after I was done on the phone with the fraud department, I was looking through my email and I got two suspicious emails. One of them stating that I changed my billing address, which I didn't do. And then I got a second one stating that I deactivated my Verizon online account. So what that means is that my account that I would log into the Verizon app with, or on the browser, both of those accounts were completely deactivated. I did not have a Verizon account. I tried to get in my app on my phone. I tried to sign in with all the information I just changed the night prior. Nothing worked. I tried that 4 or 5 times. I eventually got locked out because I tried so much. And, they locked me out for 24 hours. So I get on the phone with customer support this time. And I call in and I get this guy named Sean. And I explained to him my situation. And I was on the phone with him for a total of probably 4 minutes. 3 of those minutes were me explaining my situation and what I was dealing with. 1 minute was spent with Sean telling me there was nothing that he can do. His hands were tied. Nothing I can do. Nothing he can do, rather. So I was like, there's absolutely nothing you can do on your end to help me out with, reactivating my account and re-registering it? And he said, no, nothing I can do. You gotta wait 24 hours and then try again. And I told him, I was like, I can't try again because somebody changed my billing address. So whenever I'm trying to sign in with my zip code, because I put 2-factor authentication on it because I got hacked the night before. So every time I try to put in my billing zip code, it wouldn't work because the billing zip code got changed on my account that I didn't have access to. So I get out the phone with Sean, zero help. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna call back. So I sit on hold for about 15 minutes with Verizon customer support. Somebody picks up the phone. Guess who it is? Not Sean. Oh, thank God it wasn't Sean. It was this lovely lady named Amy. Amy, Verizon support, you're an angel. You're an angel. I explained to her my situation, and well, she kind of went above and beyond with helping me. She stuff that she didn't know if she was able to do. She was able to reach out to somebody and figure out how to do it from them. So if she didn't know something, she got a hold of somebody that did know something, so that we can get past all this mess. So she finally ended up helping me reactivate my account and get everything squared away and back to normal. So, bruh, it was very stress-inducing from Wednesday night into Thursday morning around 10 a.m. whenever I finally got off the phone with Verizon support. But Amy was fantastic. I never leave reviews whenever they send you a text message like, hey, what do you think of this person? Review this person, whatever. I never leave reviews, but I went back and I put a review in for Sean, and I put a review in for Amy. Completely polar opposite reviews, but I never do that, but I needed to do it because Amy was a freaking superstar. So that's my I got hacked story. And somebody put their iPhone on my account under my number, changed my billing address, deactivated my account so I couldn't even control anything. And then thankfully the following morning Amy got me squared away. So props to Amy. Love you, Amy. All right, now my next story is about whenever I went over to the port in Brunswick, Georgia, which I don't know if you guys saw in the video before. If you watched the video before, I mentioned that I don't think they're going to deadhead me 500 miles back to Savannah, Georgia to pick up a load. Well, I ended up eating my words. Now, they didn't deadhead me back to our Savannah yard, but they did deadhead me 483 miles to the Brunswick port. So I left there Wednesday, left Mobile, Alabama Wednesday, started headed towards Brunswick. I only had 6 hours on my clock, so I only made it to just before Jacksonville. So I spent the night there, finished the way out to the Brunswick port while on the phone with fraud support for Verizon and then Verizon customer support. So I get to the port in Brunswick and I check in, everything like that, everything's smooth. And I've never been to this port before. I've never loaded at this port, so I don't know the process or anything like that. So I go to the trailer, get checked in, give her my paperwork, give her the serial number of the machine I'm hauling. I wish I could have filmed yesterday, but I was very, very heated between dealing with Verizon and somebody hacking my account, and then dealing with this person at the port, which I'm going to explain about. That I honestly didn't film anything. I got into the machine, loaded it and everything like that. I wish I could have filmed it, but honestly, I was not in the right mindset yesterday. Yesterday was a terrible day. But like I said, we got checked in, paperwork. So we go to the berth, with which a berth is where the boats park and unload everything, and all of our all the equipment that comes in off the boats, they call it RORO, R-O-R-O, for roll on, roll off, which basically means they drive the machines on and off the boat. But our machine was already there at the berth on the concrete and stuff like that. So we parked. There's one person backed up to the ramp, waiting to get loaded. So I park beside him, and I'm waiting, and he pulls up one tiny little forklift beside his truck. He goes, pulls up another forklift. And he pulls about 4 forklifts out of the, I think 7 that he was going to load. Now, this entire process took about 45 minutes before I finally said something. Whenever he got the 4th forklift up there, I was like, "You gonna load anytime soon? Because I would like to load my one machine that I have with this ramp, which is the only ramp at that berth, mind you." I'm gonna slow down so this guy can get over. He's just barely going faster than me. So I asked him, I was like, "Are you loading anytime soon? Because I kind of want to load my one excavator that I got going on this going on the step deck." He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting to it." So another like 20 minutes passes, and he got the 5th forklift up there. Like I said, 5 out of 7, and he's still running around all up and down this berth looking for his forklifts. Now, more times than not, if you know, there's me and one other step deck waiting. If you know people are waiting for the ramp, don't back up to it if you don't have your equipment found yet. If you're looking for one piece of equipment, that's fine. That's not going to take you too long to find one piece of equipment and load it. But don't back up to a dock and then have to go find 7 pieces of equipment. Don't do that. So finally, I talked to the one forklift operator that was down there. I asked him, I was like, "Is there any other ramps that I can use? Because this guy's taking forever to find his equipment." Not to mention that he's still finding it, and then he still has to load it. So I was like, "Is there any other ramp nearby that I can use?" He's like, "Well, there's a ramp down at berth 1. I was at berth 3. And he's like, "There's a ramp down at berth 1. So I went down there. There was one guy backed into the dock, but he's loading on his 2 excavators. He had one on there, and he had one staged to drive up there. So I parked beside him, and I walked like probably 3/4 of a mile from berth 1 to berth 3 to pick up my oversized excavator. So I drive it down. The ramp is free. I back up to it. I roll onto the trailer, get it lined up best I could. It was 9 foot wide, so I had to put my flags, my rags, my banners, my lights, all that kind of stuff, all the oversized equipment. So I did all that stuff, and then they have a checker that comes around, checks your paperwork, checks the serial number of the machine that you have on to make sure that it's the correct machine and that there was no damage that you noted on the paperwork. He comes around, asks me for my paperwork. So I hand him what the lady at the trailer handed me, and it wasn't the right paperwork. Now, if you remember, I said I've never been to this port, I don't know the process. Well, at the trailer, she handed me a clipboard. She said sign, date, name of company, and then your truck and trailer number. So I did all that, wrote all that stuff down, handed her back the clipboard. She handed me back my original bills. She handed me back the second copy, she kept the first copy. So I took my bills, and then I went to my truck, and I went about my day to go load the machine and whatnot. Well, apparently, I was supposed to hand the clipboard back to her, and then she signs it, and then I keep the clipboard. And I was supposed to have that clipboard with me while I was on the berth loading and unloading. So I didn't know that. So when the checker came back around to ask for my paperwork, I didn't have the right paperwork. And wouldn't you guess it, it was 11:25 whenever he came around, just before they went on lunch. So I was like, I don't got the right stuff. He's like, you gotta go back to the trailer and you gotta go find the right paperwork. So I go back to the trailer, find the right, get the right paperwork. It's 11:35. They go to lunch break from 11:30 to 1 p.m. So I have to sit there for an hour and a half while they're on lunch break, waiting for the office lady to come back to hand me my paperwork so that the checker can sign it. Because at the Baltimore port, you go in, you sign your paperwork, they keep everything, and then they give all the paperwork to the checkers and they go and find you, they get your paperwork, inspect it, sign it, and you're done. But at this place, they give you the paperwork, then the checker comes up to you looking for the paperwork. So I was just accustomed to Baltimore way of how the port works, but that's not how it works down in Brunswick. So I had that rude awakening yesterday. But like I said, yesterday was just a really bad day all around. I got the hiccups. Between dealing with getting hacked on Verizon. Oh, hiccup. Oh. Between getting hacked on Verizon and then that dude holding up the only load ramp, I didn't feel like filming yesterday. So I did drop 2 brand new videos. So if you guys wouldn't mind, you know, going to watch them and give those a like, comment, and subscribe. So we're gonna go get fuel at this Dublin, and then we're going to do a little bit more driving. We're not gonna drive very far today. We have until Monday anytime to deliver this load up in Big Lake, Minnesota. So we're not in no big rush, but I definitely still want to keep things moving pretty well. So I'll catch up with you guys here in a little bit. Peace. All right, guys, that's gonna be the end of this video. I didn't realize how long the video was getting already with my my story time there. So yeah, that's what I was dealing with, and it was a massive headache. So that's why I didn't get any kind of footage or anything at the port or loading up the load that I have on right now, because I was just done with that day. But we got loaded up yesterday and made our way up north some, but I'll go explain a little bit more of that in the next video. But thanks you guys for watching this video. Thanks for sticking through my story time and all the BS that I had to deal with. I know it's not like the usual video of any kind of driving or anything like that, but hopefully you guys stuck through it and listened to me rant and rave about Verizon and then the dude at the port. So I'm gonna try and get this video uploaded today, which is Saturday, and I'm gonna try and get it edited. Honestly, there's probably not much editing to do with this, because I didn't cut too many times for driving or anything, so there might not be too much editing, so I might be able to get it up pretty quick. So we'll see. But as always, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe to the channel, please. Those things all help me and my YouTube endeavor that I'm taking on. So I appreciate it, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.